Hi and welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Lorena. So this is week 2 of Fortnight Frights. So it is Sunday and the date is the 25th of October. Probably should have checked that before filming, but oh well. So yeah, I'm going to do from Sunday until next Saturday, which is the 31st, and that's the last day of the readathon. I read 3 books in week 1. I will link to that video below. I am on my 4th book and the final one that was actually on my TBR, which is The Ghost Bride. However, I think I'm going to have time to add in another book at least. I do have Mexican Gothic and I have Frankenstein. So probably one of those two I think I'll squeeze in as well. So yes, this is week 2, Sunday. I think I started on chapter 7 this morning of The Ghost Bride. The chapters are really short. There's like loads of chapters in there. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it so far. And if you don't know what The Ghost Bride is about, it is set in the late 1800s. Yes. So, is it, how do you say it? Malaya? Let me check. Okay, apparently say Malaya, okay? So it's set in Malaya, late 1800s, and there is this young girl, she's about 18 I think, and she lives with her father. Her mother's passed away and they have a few servants, but they live in this big house, but the family has kind of, I don't know, they've kind of lost their riches and they've had to keep downgrading, so they're not very well off anymore. And then there's this proposal that comes in from a rich family for her to marry their son, but he's dead. And so it's for her to be like a ghost bride. So in these first kind of 7 chapters, it's like setting it, like her father tells about this request in more like a jokey way, and then she gets invited to the family's house. But they never have actually said anything about it, and then she starts, when she's sleeping, she starts going to this dream ghost world, and then yes, so I can't remember exactly where I was because my husband just came in, but I was saying, I think, you know, she was having, when she's sleeping she goes into this dream, not dream world, but like this spirit world, and the son kind of visits her, and it's because the mother asked for her ribbon, and because she has a piece of clothing he can go and visit her, which is quite distressing for her. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. It doesn't seem that it's something that she wants. There's other bits and pieces going on, but I'm enjoying it so far. Sounds really good. So yes, it's actually a really nice day for once, the first time in like a week. I'm going to go for like a nice walk around the park, come back, and yes, got some pumpkins in our weekly shop, so I'm going to do pumpkin soup for the week, but also we're going to have pumpkin risotto for lunch, which should be delicious. Love the lots of autumn vibes. So yeah, this is a lazy Sunday reading, and then the live show tonight for the Year of the Witching, which I'm looking forward to. That'll be really good because last night's one was really good. So yes, we will catch up later. Bye. Have not filmed anything today. I've done just a little bit of reading, not too much, but I am gonna it's around about 9 o'clock now, so I've got a little while to do some reading before going to sleep. And yeah, I've just been editing last week's vlog, so that's all done. Sorry, my voice. So yeah, that's all edited. I apologise because in the background of that video, probably this one too at some point, you can like hear my husband sometimes like talking away. He's Italian and he's really loud and he never believes me that he is, but I have evidence in the background of my videos. So yeah, you'll sometimes hear him. But yeah, so I'm on like chapter 15, I think, of The Ghost Bride. It's a little bit more different than I thought it was going to be, because, yeah, I don't know actually, probably shouldn't say which bit I'm in, because it'll be given like bits and pieces away, but it's taken a different direction than I thought it would. But it's good, I am enjoying it. Yeah, definitely good. And yeah, not too much else really update wise. Yeah, just work and then editing, and yeah, so probably check in again tomorrow. Hopefully I'll read a bit more. But yeah, speak to you later. Totally forgot to say that yesterday was the live show for the Year of the Witching, and the author Alexa Sanderson was a part of that. So it was really good. Like, you know, we got to ask questions. Sorry, there's a hair in my mouth. Yes, we got to ask questions, and there was a really good discussion. Yeah, it was really good to have that opportunity, you know, to actually speak to the person who created the whole world of, and like the religion of Bethel as well. Yes, and there's going to be a sequel, which I can't wait because I really enjoyed it. And like fantasy type things are not my thing, normally anyway, but this showed me that I probably should explore and expand my reading a little bit more, so that's good. And yes, so I'll get back to reading The Ghost Bride, update you. Wednesday evening. I have been so bad at filming the last few days. I figured out finally how to actually see where I am in the ebook on the library ebook app thing, and I've got about 80 pages to go, so I should hopefully finish The Ghost Bride at some point tomorrow, and then I can start another book. I am enjoying The Ghost Bride, you know, I can tell we're almost at the end. There's been a few reveals that is, you know, mysteries resolved, but I am enjoying it. But I am going to focus on reading that for the rest of the evening. And yeah, like I said, I think I'll still need to finish it off tomorrow, just because it's like after 9 now, so I don't have too much time reading before I'm going to go to sleep. And yes, I can start another book tomorrow, and I promise to film more, but the weather's been really bad, so I haven't been outside for any walks or anything, just because it's been raining and it's miserable and it's dark and it's making me want to hibernate. But yes, so hopefully better weather and I'll be better at filming. Probably night for me, and speak to you all in the morning. It's Thursday. I've just finished work, and it's dark outside. I don't like this time of year. I mean, it's just after 5 and it's like actually dark. So I think I might start taking a little bit longer lunch break, so that I can maybe go for a walk at lunchtime, because yeah, I'm not obviously gonna go and walk in the park in the dark. But update on The Ghost Bride, I have one chapter left. One chapter. I was so tempted to take a longer lunch break to finish it, but I was like, nope, I'll wait till after work. So I'm going to finish that, and then I am going to go on to a new book after that. But yes, I'm excited to read this last chapter, and yes, she needs to make a decision. I want to know what she's decided. We're going to find out, and then I'll share my thoughts on the whole book with you. Okay, so I know now. I finally know now, obviously, what happens. So this book, like I mentioned previously, it went in a direction that I wasn't expecting, just based on what the synopsis was. But yeah, no, you do kind of see what that afterlife, ghost world, spiritual world is like, and how there's different kind of levels within that. So you do get to explore that through this story. And yes, so ghosts are like heavily involved. Obviously, it is called the Ghost Bride. And yes, so I did enjoy it. It's quite a quick read. I mean, it did take me a few days, but it's quite a quick read. I didn't have that much time to read the last few days. For me, it's a good solid 3-star, I'd say. I enjoyed it. It's not going to be one of my favourites. You know what? Yeah, but it's a good solid 3-star. So my next book, so this is as far as my TBR when it was The Ghost Bride. Now I had bought Frankenstein last week, and I thought about reading that. However, I have actually purchased Mexican Gothic on Kindle, and I think I'm going to read that rather than Frankenstein, because one, everyone is reading it, so I need to see what all the hype is about, if the hype lives up for me, and two, it will help me tick off some more prompts on the bingo card as well. So The Ghost Bride now just helped me tick off written by an Asian author and an undead character, I think. Let me quickly check. Yes, so I do have like a whole row. Yeah, I have like a whole a whole row. Yeah, I have a whole row now because it's ticked off. You're not going to be able to see that, but yeah, it's ticked off those two. So I actually have a whole line. Row, line? Yes, line is what I want to say. I had one diagonally, but now I have one up and down, so that's great. And like I said, Mexican Gothic is going to help me tick off some other prompts as well, so that'd be great. So I'm going to go on and read that now, and yeah, I'll check in with you a little bit later. So my camera kind of like died on me a little bit before, so I just charged up a little bit. So yes, I'm reading Mexican Gothic by Silvia Morena Garcia, and if you don't know what this is, surprisingly, even though everyone seems to be reading it, it's set in the 1950s, I think it is. I don't know. So it follows our main character, Noemi, and she lives in a city, and her father received a letter from her cousin, and it's quite frantic. It's like he's trying to poison me. She's talking about her husband trying to poison her, and then the way she describes things is almost like the house where they're living is like haunted or something. So he said he had a few letters back and forth, and he's decided to send Noemi to go and investigate. So she has to leave behind her glamorous life of like parties and stuff, but her father's promised her that she can go on and study a master's, like she's been wanting to do, if she goes and does this for him, because he is quite concerned about the cousin's letter, because it's quite frantic. They think she might need some sort of like psychological help or something, and he doesn't think that the husband and his family is going to make sure that she's okay, because money wise, they're not great. I think they don't really have that much money anymore, and he said while he has her there, he then has access to her bank account, so he's a bit concerned. He's more worried about the money than her health. So I've read 2 chapters so far. So Noemi has arrived. She arrived by train, and the description, she arrives there when it's like all foggy, and then like the house is like this big like manor type place, and the description of it's like really quite gothic actually. And yes, there's not that much electricity. Apparently have like a generator, but they can't use it for that many lights, but it'll like keep the fridge going and things. So she's gonna have to use candles and stuff in a house, and she comes from like, she's used to very modernity, so it's good. The description so far is making me feel very gothic, and yes, there is definitely a mystery. She's just seen her cousin just for a couple of minutes, barely got to speak to her, so she's not really got a chance to investigate yet. But there seems to be quite a few family members of the husbands living there, but we haven't met him yet. So I'm quite intrigued to see where this goes. And yes, so I'm just making my dinner, watching Hubie Halloween, which I started yesterday, which is a cute little movie. I'm enjoying it. And then yes, I'll then get back to reading. It is Saturday, last day of the Fortnight Frights Readathon. Yeah, so it's like 6 o'clock. I've been reading a bit today. I have about, on my Kindle it says I have like half an hour left to finish Mexican Gothic, and the twist was not what I was expecting at all. I am really enjoying it. I'm excited to find out how it's going to end, but also Carrie finally arrived. Look at this cover. Like, let me hold it bare. But look, I love this. So nice. So finally arrived. So I will be reading that at some point in the future, which is great. So yeah, I'm gonna finish that book, and then I think I'm gonna watch like The Addams Family or something, because it's the 31st of October. And yeah, and I'll just finish. I just have a little bit left of Girl, Woman, Other, which I started earlier on in the month. And yeah, so Mexican Gothic is gonna be my last book of the readathon, which I've really enjoyed. It's been really fun 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm, like I said, interested to see what happens. And yes, gonna have a nice Halloween Eve. I'll catch up later. I got a chippy! Not all of the chips, by the way, not put them all on my plate, but it's a gluten-free fish and chips. I've not had one since like, what, January I think. Oh, so exciting. So I'm gonna eat my fish and chips, gonna watch, I think, The Addams Family, and I've still to finish Mexican Gothic, which I'll do soon. So yeah, I went and got my fish supper after Boris's announcement about us having a second lockdown for a month. So hopefully we can have a normal-ish Christmas. Here's hoping that cases drop and people stay safe. Wear a mask, stay safe. I finished Mexican Gothic. Really good book. I was hooked in there. You know, I knew that something weird was going on, but I did not see, or I didn't figure out what the weirdness was when it revealed it, I was like, oh, not what I was expecting at all. So really good twist, because you know, it wasn't one that it was easy to figure out, at least for me, so I did enjoy it. I ended up giving it 4 stars. Don't know why I'm doing this. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I think the ending could have been better for it, so that's why it wasn't quite a 5-star for me. It could have been if I had maybe a bit of a better ending, but I did really enjoy it, and I really liked the gothic, spooky, creepy vibes, so I really did enjoy that, so that was a great pick. And that's it, that's the end of Fortnight Frights. I have really enjoyed myself throughout the whole thing. It's been great, so massive thanks to CJ for organising this. It's been really fun for me to explore this kind of horror genre, which I haven't done before, so it's been great. And I've learned there are some books now that I really like. So in the end I read 5 books, yes, 5 books for it, which is really good, bumping up my numbers for October. So yes, great fun, and thank you for watching. So goodbye from me, I'm Mr. Pumpkin, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!